Hello everybody, it's Therese Mc Auliffe here, Teresa from Lighting the Way, and it's the 1st of December 2024. Wasn't that I forgot about this reading, but I've just been busy, lots and lots of clients and lots of lovely things to do here, setting my shop up and opening it up to date with the public and working with my women's circles and a whole lot of other things. But I just feel, we've made it to this point and we have another full month in this year of 2024, which by golly, it's been a roller coaster for everybody that I know anyhow. I'm talking about energetically. It's been a big year, a lot of shifting. It's been very dynamic in many ways. A lot of shadow has come up, a lot of light has come in, a lot of transformation has happened. There's a lot more to happen. So I know we've had the general election on Friday, so the results aren't still fully in. And I do really, in the depth of my heart, hope that people have voted for change. We all know that change is necessary, and whatever government is formed, I pray that they do what's right for the Irish people. And it's a big month ahead. Energetically, it's a huge month. December, I feel, is a mixed month for a lot of people. There's a lot of fun and a lot of joy, but there's also a lot of hardship and a lot of consumerism, and it's a very lonely time of the year for lots of people. And if we're in a family and everything is really hunky-dory and we have lovely big Christmas gatherings and dinners and whatever goes with it, and everything is really good, there's a unity of family, it's amazing. But there are people that don't really have family, and there are people that are homeless for all different reasons. And I would like us all to be grateful for what we have, and to send some healing and some heartfelt energy to those that are less well off, whether that is, in a sense of health, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, or in monetary terms. There are a lot of people that are homeless. There are a lot of people that can't afford to buy their homes. There are just a lot of people struggling with the cost of living. And this isn't a doom and gloom video, believe me, it's not, but it's in my face, it's obvious, that there is even more segregation, that there are some people really struggling and there are some people having a whale of a time. So it's very important to come back into the spirit within and to connect with that joy, connect with that unified part of us that's in there, that all-knowing divine presence that's in there, and to be able to connect with that and to seek resources and to seek answers and refuge even within our own hearts. And sometimes that's easier said than done. So if you are somebody that's feeling alone or lonely, please do reach out to a friend or to an organization if you feel you don't have friends that you can share whatever it is with. And if you're having a great time, do spare a thought and maybe a meal for somebody, whatever way you can contribute to the happiness of somebody else. That would be my wish for the month of December, that we can all contribute in our own way to help somebody else to feel good about themselves in whatever way that may be. So I do feel that the energy has shifted. I also feel a turbulence, and I do feel we have a few months of turbulence ahead, but that's because there's a huge amount of light starting to come through and starting to emanate from other people. And there's a lot of, what will I say, kind of an unraveling of truths and the power that we are, and it's starting to show its face. Mother Earth is here to support us, and Mother Earth is already offering us the higher vibrational support, and it's up to us now to honor and respect the earth, its citizens. Everything is part of you, and you are part of everything. It's a pretty big concept, and it took me quite a long time to get my head first around it, because my heart, I suppose, knew, but my head had difficulty. So once my head got around it, the alignment happened. So I do feel that December is a month where we can take advantage of, in one way, but I mean that in the most blessed way possible, of the sacredness of the month. You know, I suppose if you're a Christian and you're celebrating Christmas, it's really beautiful because we have that beautiful giving and the beautiful new birthing. So, but even if you're not a Christian, we can rebirth at any time. So it's a beautiful month for us to just rebirth ourselves and just see ourselves afresh and anew, in that place of compassion, in that place of serenity, in that place of love, you know, where we understand that our heart has a compass. We're given no manual or no set of instructions when we come down here on earth, and we all suffer from amnesia. So honestly, there's a compass inside in your heart, and once you start connecting in with that compass, you start to remember as well. Once you see all these little dots shining up, the picture starts to form, and you start to remember a lot. I feel I have been bestowed with a beautiful gift of being able to do some of Dolores Cannon's work with, you know, the QHHT, and to see people regressing into other lives and automatically transforming the life that they're living now because of the deep understandings. So I could stay here and talk about this for the whole video, but I'm here actually to ask the angels and our guides and our loved ones for some messages for December. So that's the first piece that I was getting when I sat down here this evening, was that it's a time for us to acknowledge where we're at and to bring in gratitude for that, and to be able to bring some of our love right through our heart, and with the greatest of intention to send it to those that need it most. You know, there was a time in my life when I worked in a place where a lot of people were in recovery from different addictions, and for them Christmas was a very lonely time, and had been right through their childhoods. Sometimes there's an overindulgence of alcohol or some other substances, and that leads to other things that are not conducive to love and to compassion and to joy. So I've had many years of experience working with different people, obviously through Christmases as well, but listening to people and their vulnerability and the truth, and understanding that I'm very blessed to always have had a safe home and a lot of food in my belly. I mightn't have had anything else, but I certainly had love in my life from my parents and my siblings, and we always had enough to eat and enough to drink. And we used to call the Ribena, we got it at Christmas time, and we used to call it wine because of its colour. I guess we were classifying it as red wine. There was never alcohol in the home, but we used to ask for a glass of wine at Christmas, so we got a glass of dilutable Ribena, and that was really good. But you know, it was beautiful, it was simple, and it was from the heart. We all shared the table and we shared a meal, and we used to laugh and tell jokes and all of that sort of stuff. And I really feel that's where people need to come back to, instead of having, you know, all these mobile phones and tablets and all these stations on television. We didn't have a telly, actually. We didn't have electricity even till I was 12. So I had a very raw childhood, which was amazingly gorgeous. I was always out in nature, always climbing trees, and fishing for collies with little nets in the little mountain streams. We call it the river, but now when I see it, it's like a tiny little stream. So, you know, we were really connected to nature, and like we didn't have all fancy toys. We had no toys at all, really. We got something at Christmas every year, all right, but that would have been it, you know. But we were just so happy. And I would like to feel that people put their values back on being there for somebody, sharing a chat, sitting down, having a meal, having a cup of tea, but just being there for somebody, and really being there for somebody, just opening your heart and really wanting better for somebody. So just sending out a thought, a kind feeling in your heart to help somebody. That's really what I'm saying. Now, I'm going to take a healing card and see what's coming through here. Angel Metatron is very much around me this evening. Metatron brings the messages from heaven to earth. He's the first angel that I ever saw. He's a very, very large angel. Some people would associate him with the orange ray, you know, for joy and for bringing all that feeling of woohoo across. Some people would associate him with the magenta ray. I'd normally always associate him with magenta, but sometimes when I wear bright orange, I feel he's around as well. So I do feel that our loved ones in heaven are trying to get through as well. This is a generic reading now. But at Christmas time, you know, it's nice to just tune in and see if you can connect enough with your heart to connect with a loved one. You try it, but it works for you. Now I'm just asking for one healing card for all of us as a message for December. Okay, so it's blue, so it's very much communication, freedom through faith. I calm my thoughts and rise above fear. I free myself of all doubt by entrusting my doubts to God. I have faith in God's perfect timings and placement. I trust His will and I find freedom. Okay, so it's putting faith in God, you know, so whatever you call God, some people call it the universe, some call it the Tao, universal wisdom, universal intelligence, whatever you call it, it doesn't matter. It's that almighty force of creation, and it's freedom through having faith in that. So that's a beautiful card. Now I did take out an Archangel Michael deck, excuse me, and I just want to see what message Archangel Michael has for us for the month of December. Remember to love yourself. Who's telling me that? As the guardian angels coming through, remember to love yourself. So that's really important. I'm connecting with Archangel Michael. He says, I'm here. Okay, so what's your message, Michael? Again, you know, we were clearing the fear here, so we're going to have freedom. So Michael really does help us. He says you're on the right path. Archangel Michael, I call upon you now. Thank you for giving me loud and clear guidance that I easily understand. Thank you for motivating me and filling me with the courage and confidence to make healthful life changes. You see, there he has the little child by the hand. Okay, so I see the inner child in this, okay? So it really is time for us to keep moving forward. And Archangel Michael says we're on the right path. You know, keep connecting with the heart, and the heart is just going to lead you. It is that compass. So you're on the right path. So just keep following the heart. Follow, 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 follow your heart. Now, these are the power to surrender cards. So what are we hanging on to that it's time for us to surrender? Sometimes, you know, what we're surrendering now served us well for a period of time. So just let me see. One card, please, for the month of December. Kind of sticking, which means there's probably going to be two cards. So there's one. Okay, come on, two. Okay, so the first one is surrender your fear of intimacy. You are ready to let love in. Compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. Okay, so again, it's all about releasing, you know, and surrendering your fear to vulnerability, because intimacy brings about vulnerability. So just let love in and surrender your ego. Okay, so it's a very strong card. Cultivate gratitude, as we spoke about at the beginning. Be of service to others, can't make this stuff up, and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goal. Sorry, no glasses on. Okay, so everything we've been talking about is really there, because we were talking about coming from our hearts, sending love out to somebody else. So that's surrendering our need to have our ego flying ahead and just operating from the heart. So it's very important that we make a conscious choice around this, okay? So surrendering your fear of intimacy, allowing you to be vulnerable and open your heart. And it actually goes hand in hand with surrendering the ego, because once you can do that, the ego self just falls away as the love just shines through you. I have a soul coaching deck by Denise Lynn. And when I opened the drawer, I had 3 or 4 other decks that I was going to bring out. I do have the deck that's going to show us which archangel is predominantly with us for the month. But I'm just going to take one of these first. And here we go. Power. I am a radiant, glorious, powerful being. And I really feel Metatron has guided me to draw this card, because I was talking about the colour orange when I felt him around earlier on. Even though I normally see him as magenta, I saw him as orange today. So I'm a radiant, glorious, powerful being. And of course, this is the sacral chakra area. So it's our creativity and our sexuality. So it's taking back our power, really. So that is our soul coaching card. Take back your power, okay? And allow yourself to know that you are a radiant, powerful, glorious being. Now, my final card, except I need a card for the children. This is our final one. So this is what archangel, you know, is really looking after us. Who can we turn to in our hour of need in the month of December? Who's going to help us to release that ego, release those fears? Oh, here we go, strong. Prosperity. Oh, it's Ariel. I work with Ariel all the time. Ariel is the coordinator of the Integrated Energy Therapy Ray, which I taught for years and years. I stopped teaching last year to make room for, well, actually this year, to make room for other things, but I still offer the healings. Your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. Okay, so there's Ariel. So Ariel is a beautiful angel that looks after the whole energy field. So your material needs are met, okay, and you manifest your dreams into reality. But I did talk about consumerism, so not to get caught up in the manipulation that's out there trying to drag us in to buy these extra tins of biscuits or sweets or any of that crap that's hanging around, you know, that's actually not good for you, because your material needs are met. And don't be worrying about things. Call on Angel Ariel, okay? And she's also the angel that looks after nature. Now, I just need a card for the children. Okay, so this is a Diana Cooper deck. Forgot to take them out. One for the kids, please. I'm getting a wave of energy through me. Kids are just so important. It's such a crazy world for the kids, you know, and they're here to teach us so much. We just need to, oh my God, I was going to say we just need to protect them. Protection is the card. If you are afraid, ask Archangel Michael to protect you. Say to yourself, Archangel Michael is looking after me. So the kids do need protection, and, you know, to help them to be able to connect with Archangel Michael, the angel of protection. He also is the angel that helps us to cut away all those fears. He works on, you know, the base chakra area, the whole kidney area. So all around the hips and everything where we hold on to fear, Michael is the angel that can come in and transmute it. But we have to ask. We have to ask. All angels, all guides, they all honor your free will. So they're just waiting in line to help, but you have to ask. So it's protection for the children. And we all know, I'm speaking here now from County Meath in Ireland, and you know, it's a time that children need even greater protection. They always need protection, but there's just so much out there at the moment that we really do need to take care of the children and to be able to protect them from a lot of the nonsense and all the shadow and all the sludge that's showing itself, you know. And I was very happy to see that in Australia they passed a law this week banning the use of social media for under 16s, and I think that is from the light. That is a really good thing to see. I know there are lots of other things that I'm not going to mention that I also saw this week that are not from the light, but let's concentrate on the light, because where we put our energy, that's where it all flows. Okay, so you put in your intention, you spend time and energy, and that's what will show up in your environment, because you do create your reality. But I really do feel a desire within me, a wish that all other governments would follow suit and that parents would honour it and protect the children. Because even as an adult, we can get very overwhelmed with the amount of stuff that just comes at you and comes at you and comes at you. And it's causing massive mental health issues, emotional health issues, everything on the phone. We know all the different things that can happen. It can be good, I guess, when it's used properly. And its intention in the first place, I think, was for proper use. It's just like everything else. Humans take things out of context and abuse it. So social media is one of those areas where there are so many platforms that you couldn't even keep up with them. And you don't even know what's true and what's not true. And even with the, I suppose, the expansion into other areas like AI and things that I don't understand anything about really, so I'm not going to talk on it. But what I will say is that even seeing people like prominent figures and shown saying certain things and they've actually not said it at all. It's just their voice has been captured, and it's just not a truth. So as an adult, and as someone that has lived and gone around the block a few times, at least I'm able to discern. Whereas for a vulnerable teen, where their hormones are changing and everything, that can be really bloody confusing. But of course, there's a lot more than that. I'm very happy to see that that's a very positive step. Well, I feel it's a very positive step, because I do feel that there's a place for internet usage, and I feel that there's been a great, I suppose, move forward for humanity with being able to press a few buttons and find out a lot of information very fast. But it's just gone off the radar because of corruption and manipulation and untruths and whatever else. So I do feel that that's a very appropriate card to get for the children. Protection. And we have a responsibility to protect the children, our children, all children. So I do feel a real strong desire to take one more card and just close this healing. So this is a very old deck. It's the deck I started with the very, very first time I ever bought a deck of angel cards. It was this deck. Maybe not this exact box of cards, because I had about 5 different ones. I've given most of them away, because when I still do angel card readings, but I used to use this at the very beginning because there wasn't really many cards on offer. Whereas now there's lots of cards. I have some that I don't really use. I'm not drawn to them, and I have others that I love. Like the Power to Surrender cards, I love them. They're not actually angel cards, but they're spiritual cards. Just see what we get here. Miracles. Woo! We'll finish on a high. Expect miracles. Miracles happen every day. So I will see you before Christmas. I'll put up another Christmas video, but please be mindful for the month of December. look after your heart and allow your heart to expand and to shine even brighter and include others in your light. God bless you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being with me.